Hossein Vafaei has played John Higgins on 3 previous occasions. Higgins has won all of those meetings. Vafaei's thinking, will it be 4 out of 4?
Thank you. Try 4.
It started so
Hossein
encouragingly
Vafaei,
for him. An 84 break in the opening frame. Then though Higgins won a much scrappier second and looked good in adding the third with a break of 70.
Yeah, it's just slightly gone off the boil a little bit, Hossein, after that wonderful start. A couple of misses. And that poor safety shot in the last frame where he thought the cue ball may have drifted slightly. He's handed the initiative back to his opponent. He's taken this red on into this right corner pocket. Lovely. Beautiful. Good cue ball as well. Nicely cued.
The shot of the match for me so far. So comprehensively delivered, that cue. And the cue ball gets out of there.
Yeah, just enough, wasn't it? He was a bit worried that the cue ball may have rested on that red. Well, as you can see, it's just drifted enough past it for this red into the left corner pocket. Just got to use the extension here. Extended rest. Can he reach it? No, I don't think so. He doesn't have to do much with the cue ball here. He could play for the black, or if he wanted to, go up for the blue. Looks like he's going to play for the black. There's a few reds open here, Phil. You won't even contemplate going into the pack just yet. There's a red on the bottom right of the pack. That red is close to the cue ball there. Playing a couple of reds here if you wished. And we're potting this red. The red to the left of it at the bottom of the bunch will pot into this
16.
Bottom right corner pocket. So you could put 4 or 5 reds and blacks here.
7.
This would be 3 reds, 3 blacks, Phil. I'm getting excited.
$24. 25.
Higgins trying to suppress excitement, but he'll be enjoying this. Suddenly in the groove.
Nicely played for the red into the right centre. Can still hold for the black here. There you see that red right at the bottom of the pack. Looking at it. And get on that next.
33.
Needs an angle. As he come a bit short. I was going to say needs a nice angle where he can
40.
just pot it and run through with the cue ball. Has he got that angle? Is he going to play for the black here? Looks like it. He's got to rush that cue ball through the pack. Nicely played.
41.
Still at the point, of course, when he's only 2-1 ahead, that if he has to play the correct shot to get on the colour other than the black, he will do so.
Oh, Oh, needs a bit of luck here. Has he got it? He deserves it, really. I don't think he's got it, though. Could have easily been on a red into the
40.
right centre, but I think they're all blocking each other. That's very unlucky. Is this red available down into the green pocket? Very tight past the blue. Played that shot with plenty of pace. And very unlucky not to be on a straightforward pot. Looks like just a safety shot.
John Higgins, 48.
When the cue ball hit the first cushion there, he was a little concerned he'd overcooked it. As it is, he must be very content.
If that does pot, though, he's not taking it on. Playing a containing safety shot. He left this red onto the right centre pocket. I think he has, you know. Oh, very close, but not there. And he's left it for Hossein.
Didn't want that kiss. This is a very important juncture of the match. Vafaei needs to reassert himself.
Well, if he takes this brown on, Phil, would he take the chance of maybe playing into the bunch of reds near the pink? May have spotted a plant. He was looking at a possibility of a plant. He's on the loose red, but there may be a plant in the middle of that bunch, you know.
5.
Did have a look at it. Maybe they're just not red. It's just touching the other one, so red back up for blue.
Six.
It's a good opportunity, this. Okay. Take the red next to the green. And he'll try and leave himself a nice angle on this blue to try and disturb some of these reds, you would feel.
11.
Imperative he stays low on the blue here. And that's pretty good.
12.
Doesn't have to play this with a lot of pace if he does go into them, because they're loosely packed, so just medium pace. And there you see it now. That's pretty good. That's okay. He's knocked the red to the left-hand side cushion, but he's on this red into the right corner. Oh, he's over. He was expecting a little
8.
brush off that red on the way through with the cue ball. Didn't get it and has lost position. Oh, this is a tough black. Pretty good, Phil. I must say that wasn't easy at all. Cut back on the black, controlled it nicely with the cue ball off the red.
26.
Oh, it's very good. Very, very good indeed.
Thirty-one. Thirty-two.
Stoic effort this from John Higgins' opponent. We can't second guess Higgins when he went for that red to middle. It was a tricky shot, but the way he was cueing, it was definitely well within his capabilities. But the red was missed, and Vafaei fighting back.
30.
A bit short of pace here. He's got to be careful. Doesn't want to knock the red onto the cushion here as well. He's need to play this with a bit of pace. Oh.
Hossein Vafaei.
Again.
39.
Did all the hard work and missed the red. He really should have got. Very disappointed there.
His two worst shots of the match have been on reds into that pocket from short range. One in the second frame, and now that one there. Now, if Higgins does have a relative weakness, it is using the rest. Not saying he's a bad player with the rest, but I think in relation to the rest of his game, it is perhaps a small Achilles heel.
Yeah, he's played that well. He's got a nice position here. Pot the blue and try and get in between those two reds. This top cushion. Got to land it in an area. Now watch the cue ball here, right between the two reds. Has he got the pace? No. He's come up short.
6.
Red may be still potable into the green pocket as we look, but a couple more inches on that cue ball. It was perfect. He's taking the red on. Oh. So
Higgins,
this frame
6.
still in the balance.
Given where the colours are, only the green is off its spot, but it's still in mid-table. I think whoever wins this safety exchange might well win the frame. And Ken, as you well know, when it comes to winning safety exchanges, John Higgins has a very high percentage.
Yeah, and one of the best, of course, in situations like this. Trying to just carve out one opportunity. Very good at doubles as well. Oh, not on this occasion. It was worth having a go. The way the red is finished, if you can just leave the cue ball exactly, take this red on into the green pocket, but leave the cue ball exactly where the red is. You'll have a nice angle on that pink should the red go in. Oh, that's exactly what he tried to do. It was close. Now have a look at the angle on the pink. been perfect. Try and get behind that red on the left hand side, or even dislodge it from the cushion, but chance for John Higgins here. Another miss that you wouldn't have expected. What a lovely, delicate little shot that was. Very well thought out, that shot. Simple little shot, but very effective. Oh, well played. Well played. You can hit that full ball to knock it safe. Could try and bring both reds off the cushion here, but that's a little bit treacherous. The red could go over a corner pocket here, so he's played it nicely. Well played. Slight advantage to Hossein here in this little mini safety battle. Wasn't playing the pot there. He's trying to move that red just past the middle pocket, but once again it's an error from John Higgins, because he's left Hossein a possible pot here. Yeah, very good. Didn't put all his eggs in the basket there. You see it from the cue ball, playing it with a little bit of an element of safety, so tuck up behind the pink here, and he's got his opponent in big trouble here.
Yes, if a couple of colours were safe, Higgins would feel a lot more secure, but as we've established before, everything is there to be potted.
Well, the straightforward would be left-hand side cushion, but he could leave the red. So he's going to play it off 3 cushions here and try and knock that red onto the ball cushion here. He's going to try and hit it full ball almost. 1, 2, 3. Now watch the cue ball here. He's got to hit that full ball. Well, that would do. His hand went up there because he didn't play it like that, but he's got it safe, and that's all he could hope for. Let's see. I'm going to try and get that cue ball maybe down towards the black here. Red in the middle of the ball cushion. Just a bit short of pace, is it? Needs to run. Needs to run. Oh, it looks. Oh, almost. Pretty good effort there.
Double kisses can be so destructive. It's a pressure pot for Hossein Vafaei. If it goes in, 2-2 could be on the cards. He seemed to play that one just a little bit too quickly for me, Ken.
Yeah, I think he's done that in this match, and the big shots. Just needs to take a little bit more time, I feel. Just a fraction, a second more, just to size up that shot, because that was a frame winner if you got it. It could be a frame loser.
One.
He got himself into a great opportunity there, Hossein, but a little bit casual on that pot. Could prove very crucial indeed.
Takes the yellow off the last red, so the yellow will be respotted.
3.
Yeah, a little shake of the head there, Phil. He's not absolute perfect. This is the key shot. Plus the yellow gets nicely on this green.
5.
Well, at least one person liked that shot in the audience. But this is the shot. You said he's not the best in the world with the rest. If there was one element of his game, it is the rest play. That not as good as the rest of his game, but this is virtually frame ball. Well played. No problem whatsoever. Don't know what you were talking about, Phil.
8.
I did say relative to the rest of his game. Gave myself a disclaimer. Can't imagine he's going to miss this brown, which is really frame ball.
12.
He's come back well, John Higgins. Started off a little bit slow, but
17.
this is a massive frame to win.
The pink did not matter. What
17
did matter
and
was Hossein Vafaei missing the last red. Higgins 3-1 ahead. To think about, lots to mull over for Hossein Vafaei, not least the miss on the last red in the fourth frame, which made the difference between parity and John Higgins leading 3-1, needing
Thank
just
you.
one
Red
more
5.
frame
John
to reach the
Higgins, 3.
quarterfinals and to set up a meeting with Mark Selby. But it was around this time last year when, for Higgins, the angst began. He was 8-6 up to Mark Allen in the Northern Ireland Open final, lost 9-8. And that set a pattern of disappointment. 8-6 up to Neil Robertson in the English Open final last season, lost 9-8. And of course, his most painful defeat, again, against Robertson, 10-9 from 9-4 up in the Tour Championship. And when you go through a spell, Ken, when you've had big leads and you've not converted them, it does sort of chip away at the thought process.
Absolutely, yeah. And even, you know, a player of John's distinction and character and experience, still those little doubts creep in. And particularly if he gets into a position like that, you know, in another major final. So he's got to cross that barrier when it comes, get over it as quickly as possible and just erase those doubts. Good pot, but just slightly over on the cue ball, wrong side of the blue. I'm just coming down to have a look to see there's the black pot into this left corner pocket. Not quite sure, it looks pretty tight from our angle here in the commentary box.
Hossein Vafaei, 6.
Kenny looks to me as though he's dispirited.
Yeah, he's just had that feeling, hasn't he? He got himself into a good position in that last frame. He had that red, you know, and if he had have got that red, he could have won that frame. It was a red that you'd expect him to get 9 times out of 10. But yeah, it looks like sort of the wind has gone out of his sails at the moment. A little bit deflated and dejected in his chair. Higgins, on the other hand, starting to play with a bit more confidence. It's not vintage John Higgins so far this afternoon, but so many times we talk about his B game and sometimes even his C game can be strong enough. He's come down this left-hand side now. Does this? Not quite sure. I don't think that black does pot into the left corner.
4.
So back up for the blue off this red, you would feel. Try and get a nice angle on the blue.
5.
Still a couple of reds that he can go at here. He doesn't have to go into the pack. Maybe he is right into the. Gotta hit the pink here, full ball. Oh, but first things first, you've got to pot the blue.
John Higgins, 5.
Again, that was completely surprising, especially the fact that he missed the blue by quite some way. Caught a very big portion of the jaw. Now, if Vafaei isn't a student of what's been happening on the circuit over the last 12 months or so, he should be. Because if he can win this frame, then doubts might creep into the mind of Higgins. Probably will do.
Seven.
Yeah, as I said, it hasn't been vintage Sean Higgins this afternoon. There's been a few glaring misses, been some good stuff, but there's a lot of stuff there that he certainly won't be happy with.
8.
Tried that nicely. 2 reds that are available into the bottom right corner pocket now.
14. 15.
'It's a case of a little bit of unravelling here.
21.
When he pots this red, that will release, of course, the red just below it into the opposite corner pocket.
22.
Sometimes when you, as I said, he looked a little bit deflated, but when your opponent misses
20.
a chance there, can give you a little boost,
20.
you know. And there's a chance that he didn't expect it to come so quickly. So John, on the other hand, will be reeling, letting his opponent off the hook.
That's the fabric of these
35.
best of sevens. No lead is insurmountable.
36. Forty. Forty-three.
Well, I was just looking at those two reds, Phil. They may be a possible plant into the bottom right corner pocket. I was just having a little look at them now. Try and swing that cue ball down this left-hand side now. Are these two reds a plant into this corner? If they are,
48.
and he gets it, it will certainly open up the other reds here. Big shot. This could be a frame winner if this goes well. It's not bad. He's on the black, but
49.
this is not easy. Would have liked to be an out for the pink there, but this is okay. Not too bad if you just want to drop the black in, but he needs one more red after this black. This is missable. Oh, well played. Great shot. That's a frame winner, Phil. That's his best shot so far, I think.
Could not agree more. That was superb, especially
56.
after missing that pressure ball in the previous frame. The Higgins missed blue
57.
is being well and truly punished.
$64. $65.
When he gets into this mood, I mean, he's quite frightening for opponents, how quick he can score and how positive he can be on the shot as well, even on the pressure shots.
72.
And sends out a really good signal to his opponent as well. He misses, he's going to take advantage.
Similar.
The break ends at 72, and so does the frame at the match. That's the modern game, Ken. How many times do you see someone break off, leave a red, and don't get another shot?
Four. Five.
That's worked out nicely, very nicely,
12.
because potting this red liberates the other one right next to it.
30.
Oh, that's worked out. A treat.
20. $21.
Once again, he's got a couple of loose reds available, but will he play for them, or will he play into the pack and try and dislodge a few more? He's gone into the pack now. How's your luck? He's on a red into the right centre,
28.
but can he pot it and stay on the pink? Looks pretty good. Oh, nice shot.
29.
Yeah, lovely shot. And just judged the cannon off those two reds perfectly for the pink into the left centre. Didn't want to be bridging over any reds, and cue ball, as you can see, it's nicely open. In the open.
Doesn't want any messing around now. Just finish this off.
$35. $36.
Once again, obviously leaving a nice angle on the black here. Just try and brush into that red. Just above the black to the right of the pack. That's the one. I know he's always going to be leaving the red into the left corner, and he once again played that nicely. It's okay.
43.
May have to go up for blue here though. One more good positional shot here. He's got to judge this because he's going into the reds just below the pink here. So he's got to judge the cannon off these reds and try and get nicely on the blue. Yeah,
44.
just didn't judge it as well as he would have liked. So he's got a tricky blue into the left middle pocket.
Having missed an easier blue to the opposite middle pocket in the previous frame. No issue this time though.
No issue with the pot fill, but the position, he was hoping to be on
49.
that red. It's close to the right centre pocket, but it's covered with a blue. So one more pot here, mid-range. If this goes in, he lands on the black. It should be frame a match.
50.
That was a good solid pot, just slightly up around the cue ball. Yeah. Has he covered the red once again? I think he has.
57.
So, not out of the woods just yet. One more good pot fill.
And the side there shows the scar tissue. This should be routine. Ooh, that was a
58.
knee knocker.
It certainly wiped its feet, didn't it? It didn't go into the middle of the pocket by any stretch of the imagination whatsoever. So, once again, missable black this. Played that well. This time, he's on the red into the right centre pocket. He's also on a little bit of
65.
the grinding of the teeth there, Phil. You could see how determined he was to put pay to this frame from this visit. And of course, match-winning break.
66.
And given the recent history of the Wizard of Wishaw, this is exactly what he would have wanted to do. To put a match away under pressure like this.
Yeah, and this will, you know, give him that little bit of confidence. He's probably been blackened slightly.
68.
As I said, it hasn't been
69.
vintage John Higgins, but this has been a vintage break in this particular frame. This is what he's all about. Done it time and time again. He's produced it like all great champions do when they need it most.
76.
Yeah, for John Higgins, for the majority of his career, this would be second nature. But in light of what's occurred over the last year or so in his career, he needed affirmation.
Well, you always do, don't you, as a sports person? You have to go to the well. You want to
82.
feel that it's still there and that you can produce breaks like this. This will give him a lot of pleasure, this break particularly. I still don't think he'll be
83.
happy the way he's played in the match, but frames like this, when you're closing out a match, give you a lot of pleasure. No doubt about that. Be nice to finish off with a century as well.
90.
Got a pretty good strike rate on centuries this season so far. He's played 8 matches before this, made 7 centuries.
$91.
Yeah, and Hossein himself, he'd be sitting in the chair, he'd be feeling this match. He let it slip in the early part of this game. Well, it was nicely played. Red goes to 98. Surely if this red goes in, he gets on a
98.
colour. Another century to add to the list, Phil.
99.
Yeah, and a lengthy list it is too. .905 centuries for his professional career, and that's in the top 10% in terms of gratification.
106. $109.
He had one wobbly red, but overall he's not wobbled.
$113. $118.
And now all of the tension is washed out of the Q arm. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, sets up a wonderful match for tonight as well, Phil.
Doesn't it just? John Higgins with a break of 118 finishes off